How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to go over how to build Zhu Yuan from Zenless Zone Zero so you can maximize her abilities. We'll be getting into what the best engines for her are, the best Bangboos to use, her best team compositions, which skills you should prioritize leveling up, her unique playstyle, which cinemas enhance her the best, and the best disc sets that you can use with which main stats and substats that are the most important on them. But before I get into it, if you could do me a huge favor, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to hang out with me live sometime, link is down in the description below. So let's get into the deep dive of Zhu Yuan from Zenless Zone Zero. Currently, the best engine for Zhu Yuan is her signature engine, the Riot Suppressor Mark 6, which is available to pull right now on the engine banner. It increases her crit rate by 15%, and launching a special attack grants her 8 charge stacks up to a max of 8 stacks. Whenever her basic attack does ether damage, it consumes the charge stack and increases the skill's damage by 35%. One option that you can use as her engine if you don't have her signature one is the Cannon Rotor because of its base attack main stat and its crit rate substat. Since Zhu Yuan already has a high crit rate because of her additional ability, this engine is very useful as you can basically ignore crit rate on disc sets and can go all in on crit damage. Not to mention the attack boost and 200% bonus attack that could cause her ultimate to do massive damage. Another great engine option is Starlight Engine with its base attack main stat and its attack percentage substat. Launching a dodge counter or quick assist increases her attack by a certain percentage depending on how many copies of Starlight Engine you have. With this engine, you'll be using her dodge counter a lot so that the passive from Starlight Engine will always be active, granting a nice attack boost. Without a doubt, the best Bangboos to use with Zhu Yuan is Boo that helps with crowd control by summoning an ether black hole that pulls in enemies, dealing ether damage and accumulating ether anomaly buildup. Its additional ability inflicts 100% more anomaly buildup during a Bangboos chain attack when there are at least 2 ether attribute characters on your team. Devil Boo is another great Bangboos option as it shoots homing bullets at enemies that deals ether damage and inflicts ether anomaly buildup. The Bangboos chain attack inflicts 40% more anomaly buildup when there are 2 or more characters with the ether attribute on your team. Once you activate the Bangboos chain attack, the coordination state lasts for 5 more seconds and can activate 4 more times. And one last good option is Sumo Boo, as it deals physical damage in an area and is good at interrupting enemies. Also, its active skill inflicts 31.5% more days to enemies whose days is above 50% if you have a stun character on your team. There are 2 team compositions that I highly recommend with Zhu Yuan. The first one might be a little difficult for most players to have, which is the premium team consisting of Zhu Yuan, Lycan, and Rina, since all of the members are S-rank characters. With Lycan being the best stun unit in the game and Rina being arguably the best support, it meets the criteria of Zhu Yuan's additional ability, and you'll be able to take advantage of Zhu Yuan's core passive much more often. Rina also provides the team with pen ratio, making Zhu Yuan an even more effective burst DPS. The next best team is the Ether team, which is a lot more compatible for most players as it consists of Ambi, Nicole, and Zhu Yuan. With this team, the additional abilities of everyone involved will be met, which in Zhu Yuan's case, her crit rate is increased after using a special attack, chain attack, or ultimate. You want to be absolutely sure to have a stun unit on the team to take advantage of Zhu Yuan's core passive. Dealing more damage to stunned enemies and having Ambi on the team allows Nicole's additional ability to be active. If you're looking to have an ether focused team, this is the only one that fits all of the criteria. When it comes to enhancing Zhu Yuan's skills, her core skill is your #1 priority. It increases her crit damage and base attack, and while in suppressive mode, using enhanced shot shells increases her damage by a certain percentage, and when attacking stun enemies, the damage buff is increased even more. The next skill to prioritize is her basic attack. As a main DPS, most of Zhu Yuan's damage will be from her basic attack with suppressive mode active. Third is her dodge, as Zhu Yuan is able to spend her enhanced shot shells with her dash attack, which means that you'll be using this a lot along with her basic attack. Next in line is her chain attack skill. Zhu Yuan's ultimate deals a massive amount of damage, upping her burst DPS capabilities by a ton. Next is her special attack, and you'll want to level this one up equally with her chain attack to maximize her capabilities as a burst DPS. The last one to worry about is her assist. While it does some dazed damage in order to activate her passive more often, you should already have a stun unit on your team that does this. Zhu Yuan has a very unique playstyle. First thing that you want to do is focus on accumulating enhanced shot shells by using her special attack, chain attack, ultimate, and assist follow-up to obtain them. Pressing and holding her basic attack puts her in suppressive mode. You can use up to 3 shot shell piercing attacks, and if Zhu Yuan has any enhanced shot shells when shooting, she'll consume 1 to deal huge ether damage. When she is in assault mode, move and press her basic attack to trigger her dash attack, firepower offensive. When Zhu Yuan is in suppressive mode, hold her basic attack and move to trigger her dash attack, overwhelming firepower. Do not use your special attacks or ultimate if you have a full charge of shot shells. It will lead to your charges being wasted and can become a problem in combat, especially if there is a timer. Burn at least 3 charges before using your ultimate or special attack again. While her playstyle can take some time getting used to, once you've mastered it, you'll be crushing enemies and bosses in no time at all. If you're looking to get Mindscape Cinemas of Zhu Yuan, her M1 and M6 are the best. At M1, when Zhu Yuan does an ultimate, she gains what's called the quick reload effect. After gaining this effect and using all of her shot shells, quick reload will be consumed to give you an instant 6 shot shells to use. At M6, when she uses a total of 12 shot shells, she gets the Ether Afterglow effect. Energy cost of her next special attack is reduced by 30. Once she launches a special attack, it will consume the Ether Afterglow effect and shoot an additional 4-bullet ether buckshot that does damage equal to 220% of Zhu Yuan's attack for each extra bullet. Her M2 is really nice as well, as it increases her anti-interruption level, reduces damage taken, and increases ether damage from Zhu Yuan's basic attack and dash attack. There are 2 great build options when it comes to disc sets for Zhu Yuan. The first is 4-piece Chaotic Metal with a 2-piece Woodpecker Electro. 4-piece Chaotic Metal increases her ether damage output and her crit damage, while 2-piece Woodpecker Electro increases her crit rate. Main stats to have in the 4, 5, and 6 slots for this disc set combo is crit damage, ether damage, and attack respectively. Substats that you want to prioritize with this disc set combo is crit damage, attack percentage, crit rate, and anomaly proficiency. This build focuses on maximizing Zhu Yuan's critical hit and critical damage passive. She already has a built-in 30% crit rate if her additional ability is active, but her core stat is also crit damage. This build boosts the effectiveness of her even more by taking advantage of these. You'll want an ether-focused team to make the most out of this build. The second great disc set build option for Zhu Yuan is a 4-piece Puffer Electro with a 2-piece Chaotic Metal. 4-piece Puffer Electro increases her pin ratio, increases her ultimate damage output, and increases her attack after launching an ultimate for 12 seconds, while 2-piece Chaotic Metal increases her ether damage output. Main stats to have in the 4, 5, and 6 slots for this disc combination is crit damage, ether damage, and attack respectively. Substats to prioritize with this disc set combo are crit rate or crit damage, attack percentage, pin if you're using pin ratio, and anomaly proficiency. Zhu Yuan is currently the best burst DPS in the game, and this build completely focuses on that. And that's everything you need to know about how to build Zhu Yuan perfectly to maximize her abilities so she can do some serious damage. Thank you all so much for watching. If you could do me a huge favor, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to hang out with me live sometime, link is down in the description below. I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.